Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so what you're looking at is the engine compartment of a I believe it's a 2016 Range Rover Evoque. Now, doing this video on a noise that is that's apparent with the engine. Now, I was called out to do this, well, to inspect the vehicle, because for a potential buyer, the buyer wanted me to check the vehicle over just to make sure that there's no issues with the vehicle. I checked it over, looked it over. Everything looked great on the vehicle. The brakes were good. The tires were pretty new. There wasn't anything that I saw that had any kind of issues. Noticed that the moonroof was one of those moonroofs that didn't retract. It was kind of weird to me. I don't know why that would exist, because it actually kind of defeats the purpose of having a moonroof. But I can understand these days, seeing as how a lot of people have issues with moonroof, because if they ever get clogged, you're gonna have like a whole entire a myriad of problems as far as your everything getting wet, particularly the ceiling getting wet, etc., etc. And if that ever happens on a luxury car like this, believe me, you're gonna have like really expensive issue as far as this is concerned. Anyway, not to get off track or anything, but as you guys can hear, there's like it's a bit of a noisy engine. It's a bit of a tappy engine. Now, a lot of people might think that that's probably the fuel injectors going off. I personally couldn't vouch for the engine. I personally couldn't tell you, and I told the prospective buyer that the engine sounds kind of iffy to me with that noise. Now, I don't think it's the timing chain. I think it's just the lifters, sticky lifters, that's causing that problem. Now, the funny thing about this vehicle is the person who was selling it, as I can recall, the guy was a luxury car dealer. He didn't have a shop or anything, but he had about 4 to 5 Mercedes Benzes, this Land Rover right around his house. Good for him for being able to do that. They're really nice looking cars with no plates on. But in any case, the story goes he bought it for, he wanted 14 for it, but he originally paid 12 for it, and he wanted 12 for it because apparently it's hard to get rid of. Apparently the car market's not good, but I'm thinking a lot of people kind of passed on it because of the tapping sound that's coming from the engine. Now, I couldn't say if that's the case. I couldn't say if that's like the natural sound of the engine, because some engines do sound noisy. Diesel engines do sound noisy. This is not diesel. Some vehicles like Toyotas, they have noisy engines. I've noticed Toyota have noisy engines. Hondas have very quiet engines. Toyotas, on average, have noisy engines. Now, that's just my own personal opinion. If you guys feel differently, like, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know, because that's what I've come across. Hondas makes great engines that aren't noisy. All right. Toyotas, for whatever reason, the fuel injectors are like noisy. Come across a bunch of them that are just pretty noisy. They have like a pretty loud tapping sound from their engine, and it doesn't mean that there's any kind of issue with the engine. It just means that I don't know, that's just the way they make them. But in any case, with this vehicle, I couldn't like give a thumbs up on like everything on this vehicle because of the engine. Now, as Land Rovers and Range Rovers, they're very expensive. The luxury vehicles, a lot of shops don't even work on them. You guys take it to the dealership. They're gonna charge you more than an arm and a leg. They're gonna want arm and a leg and both your arms and leg. What you know? They're gonna want like a ton of stuff. They're gonna want a lot of money. All right, let's be honest with you. They're gonna want a lot of money for anything. I mean, the dealerships in general want a lot of money for anything, but they're gonna want a ton of money for any kind of engine work. And if you guys have this vehicle, I'm sure you guys are watching this vehicle. If you guys have it, like, let me know whether the engine normally sounds like this. I don't think it does. I'm gonna weigh on the side that it doesn't normally sound like this. That's the side I'm weighing on. All right. I know some engines, like I've said before, are noisier than others, but I think that tapping sound is probably coming from sticky lifters. Now, a lot of people say, well, it probably doesn't have enough oil. I checked the oil. It had more. It had a lot of. It had enough oil. It was on level. The oil was on level. The oil looked pretty decent. There was no issues with the oil. I've read up that this vehicle have had timing chain issues, which I don't know why any vehicle would have timing chain issues. I don't know why any vehicle would have timing chain issues, but apparently this vehicle has timing chain issues. Maybe the tensioner has issues and it becomes loose over time, but this vehicle only has like 71,000 miles on it. 71,000 miles on it. That's all it has on it, and the engine sounds. You know what? For me to think about this, the engine doesn't sound that great with 71,000 miles on it. All right, but in any case, leave a comment in the comment section, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. All that good stuff. Appreciate your time, guys. All right, take care.
Olha,